Last time on Wrangler Resurrection.
Now moved on to a cheater bar, and hopefully fat person power gets this done. Or the bolt breaks. Don't really care. I've been dreading it, but it's finally time to tackle the control arms. Let's keep a running parts tally of the stuff that is very clearly bad. A decent amount of work has been done off camera. I'll give you a quick tour and then we'll get started because there's still a ton of work left to do. Except for this time, it's putting on shiny new parts. So, looking underneath here, the first thing you'll notice is all the control arms are gone, the drive shaft is disconnected, the brakes are disconnected, and other than the cable for the aux locker, the axle is completely disconnected from the Jeep. You'll also notice, if you look over here, that that bolt that I've been struggling with is gone. And over here, you'll notice that there's a brand new control arm bracket. One of the things that's gone is the hood. We did pull it off. That will make doing other things, such as installing the new intake, significantly easier. This is an AEM brute force cold air intake. This was the exact same thing that was on it that was stolen by CoPart. So the first thing we want to do is open this up, get everything laid out. Because whoever stole the intake from CoPart was kind of an idiot, we actually don't need that much of the kit. The main thing that we need is the adapter that goes to the throttle body, the intake tube, and the filter. Everything else is actually there that we need to reattach this to the Jeep, aside from one nut and one washer. You might actually be wondering why I went with chrome. Personally, I am not a huge chrome fan, but this was my dad's Jeep. He was actually a big fan of putting chrome. I don't like chrome on Jeeps. Personal preference. But he liked it. It actually does look really, really good, so who am I to argue? Let's just get this tightened down, and that should... Well, that should be pretty easy. Unless I drop everything. I hate hose clamps. Here's the filter. The reason I like AEM so much is that you don't need to oil the filter. The filter that was on here was actually a different color. It was the gray color, and not gonna lie, I like that better. So this is really all the hardware that is needed to finish this install. And there we go. That is quite possibly one of the easiest cold air intake installs ever. Now that we got the old stuff off, we got the cold air intake on, now we get to start installing some of the more fun stuff, which is this right here. The control arms are Crown factory replacements. Up front we have a new Rubicon Express track bar. That thing is super heavy duty, it will be awesome. And to round out the front we have a Crown heavy duty steering linkage set. That should at the very least be as good as stock. So these are the Crown replacement control arm brackets, and I gotta say they're actually pretty nice, especially considering how inexpensive they are. They're fairly heavy duty, they welded up great. For an inexpensive replacement item, I highly recommend them. This is one of the times where it's really handy to label bolts, so that way you don't play the game of, oh crap, where'd that bolt go? Sometimes you can use tape, other times it's got a nice handy anti-rotation tab that you can just write on. So I'm making sure to leave all the control arm bolts loose until the Jeep is on the ground, and then we can tighten it. One control arm done, let's go on to the lower one that's on this side. These control arms are direct factory replacements. I'm not going to say they're better than the factory ones, but they definitely aren't worse. So we at least have that going for them. All right, we got one side down, one to go. The next thing is going to be wrangling the front axle, no pun intended, into position and attach the control arm on that side, and then the control arms will be done. All right, one down. That is both upper control arms done.
That is it for this episode of Wrangler Resurrection. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Make sure to keep an eye out for the next video where we finally finish installing the front suspension. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.